Howdy, my noble friends, SirKakaBabu is back with World of Tanks, and this time we've got the pleasure of watching a game in the Tier 7 British tank destroyer, the 88. I have put the taxi camo on the 80, not the 88, I would say, the 87, which ironically is the Tier 7 tank destroyer. How cool is that? Anyways, the taxi camo is on it, and we are going to make full use of the mobility advantages this camo provides and move full speed ahead, which is 24 at best against the enemy heavy corner. And if you see this vehicle from the front, you would see that the gun is located on the left side, well, right side actually, and you can take advantage of that if there is a wall, and you can go around and while hiding most of your tank behind the wall and impenetrable structure, and only your gun is visible, then enemies would have a really hard time going through your tank because most of it would be hidden. So it can prove very advantageous for you if you are presented with an opportunity like that. Well, if we are presented with that opportunity or not, that remains to be seen. However, the theme with these British tank destroyers is that they rely heavily on their heavy armor, and as we know, heavy armor can be defeated by higher tier vehicles. So a matchup is really critical for these vehicles to do well. There we see the tier 6 Japanese heavy tank. The OI is in front of us. We are not stopping. We are continuously moving against the OI and trying to track him in place. My plan was to move up there where the Skoda is, but I continually kept on hitting him, and well, we had no choice but to move forward from that location. Thankfully, most of our team is situated over here, so the enemy is on the back foot. At the moment, we are just charging full speed ahead. There we see tier 7 Polish tank, heavy tank. I was about to say tank destroyer, which it most certainly is not. Anyways, 40 TP, thinking the better of him, his situation, he retreated, and sadly for us, he didn't opt to move against us, which is a crying shame really. I would have loved to eat him alive. Okay, this was the situation I was talking about, except not really, because in these kind of situation, this mountain over here needed to be on the left side, so behind whom you could hide yourself. But I put a big ass 760 alpha damage heat round into me, and it really knocked me out of my socks. I mean, it was so deadly, it shattered my confidence. However, I am not showing it, and I am also not letting the Skoda T25 keep me from playing this corner. Now, if I was able to keep my tank on this side, that would be great. That would hide my weak spot somewhat. But the problem is the gun is situated on the right side. So, I mean, as I said, we are moving against my own counterpart, the 87. He is still remaining. I am moving back and forth, trying to make him miss my weak spot. We have switched to gold rounds at the moment, and let's see. Well, our moving back and forth is paying dividends, and he is bouncing round after round into him. Meanwhile, we are putting rounds into him. So fantastic result. This ATOI must not be allowed to put rounds into us, and we take down the tier 6 Japanese behemoth, the OI. They say the revenge is best served cold, so we kept our cool and kept on firing and managed to take out that vehicle. Meanwhile, there is a Hellcat behind over there in that direction, sniping at us and sniping HE rounds at us, which is clever because he actually had no chance to hit our weak spot at that range. So good choice of ammunition. However, he would have to pay for his imbecility, I hope. Well, Hellcat is doing a good job. He managed to kill tier 7 medium tank, the American T-20, and even though it looks like the game is totally in our favor, if you look at up here, the HP counter tells us that situation isn't so one-sided as it seems. Now we see the tier 6 British tank destroyers and another fantastic tank destroyer, and which is also heavily armored as well. I was hoping to put a round into it, but it is so heavily armored that my standard round did not go through him. Then we see the 88 in front of us. We are still moving against him. 88, you have no chance. Where are you going? Come back. Friendly I am. Fire! And our round did not go through him. Our artillery puts a round into it. So he is a bit... his head is spinning at the moment. The technical term is stun. So he was stunned. There we see the 88 is coming over here, and I think he is going to do something which would come back to haunt him, but we'll see. For the moment we are oh, the 88 put a round into us. We were hoping that he wouldn't be able to do so, but he did, and the 88 is moving after us. He didn't really plan on falling, but he did fall, and we are keeping him tracked. He cannot turn his gun towards us, so we are switching our angle so that we can keep on tracking him and start doing damage to him at the same time. So in frustration, he fired on the ground, hoping that he would turn and would be able to kill us, and he hoped correctly. He turned around and he actually killed me. However, that wasn't to be. A hero Jagdpanzer IV came at the right moment and managed to finish off the 88. Our journey is going to stop right here, but still there are two enemy vehicles which remain on the enemy team. The Hellcat, which put a round into us, and the IKV-65, which is over there. Let's see if our friend STR-V74 would be able to kill it. Come on, STR. No. One more round. This tank fires fast. Fire! And there goes down the IKV-2. And Hellcat, oh look, oh, Hellcat went AFK. I guess he disconnected, or he just gave up on life, or he just felt so sorry and guilty about putting a round into me that he was like, oh, whatever, man, I give up. So whatever the cause may be, Hellcat was disconnected and we were able to secure a victory in the end for the home team. Really, STRV finishing off the Hellcat. And now let's check out the post game stats and see what result we got. So on to the post game stats, my noble friends. Alright, my noble friends, we secured second class mastery badge for our good performance in this battle. British tank destroyers were on top of the tree, and our result wasn't so world ending, but still I think it highlighted the strengths and weaknesses of this vehicle. We secured also high caliber, and look at all the damage we did. I mean, the 88, which eventually managed to finish us off, we were able to put 4 rounds into it in a nothing situation. Really, we had no hit points. It was a misplay and mistake that I just didn't stop to track it in time so that we could continue to finish him off. So that was totally on me, and that was a misplay. Whenever you've got a tank destroyer locked down in a fast firing tank destroyer or vehicle of your own, switch between doing damage and refreshing the tracks, or alternatively you can keep on pushing him so that the tracks don't repair, and basically you are able to finish them off. However, in the end, it all turned out well. 88 was killed, so was all of the enemy team, and we were able to secure the victory. Look at all the damage we did to our own counterpart 87, and it was a fantastic result for our tank destroyer. 2500 damage with 2 kills, 1094 base experience, and it was a great. Look at our hero Jagdpanzer 4 friend who managed to avenge us by killing the 88. So there you have it, partners. This tank is, if played in a right matchup, as I've said previously, aggressively, this can play out really well for you. So I mean, people tend to underestimate this vehicle because of its weird gun location and slow speed, but in the right circumstances, in the hands of a competent player or even above average dude like me, it can do really well, seriously. So I mean, I would really highly recommend to take out your 87. If you haven't bought it, buy it and check it out. You'll have fun. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So until next time, however, we would go to the next time later on. I just forgot that I hadn't even reviewed the last page of the post game stats. What is wrong with me? Shots fired 40, 28 were direct hits with 18 penetration. So well, the marksmanship was not on point. Other than that, all the rest is we, due to firing so many gold rounds, we incurred a loss of 46,000 with a good amount of XP earned, 4100 in total. So all in all, it was a great game for the 87. Now we can say goodbyes, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So until next time, goodbye, my noble friends.